It's time for the Geek Missile podcast, broadcasting from somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. Now, here are your hosts, Randy and Adam.
Wow. Thank you for joining us on another edition of the Geek Missile podcast. My name is Randy Howell. With me, as always,
Adam Dieringer.
Hi, Adam. How are you?
Good. Good morning, San Francisco. I'm just still trying to recover from the last night. You know, I tried a new taco place, and their spicy sauce was really good on my mouth, but it played havoc with the rest of me.
Ah, yes. Experimental sauces, bro. You got to be careful with that.
Like, I always brag about how I can take any heat, which is true. Any heat orally. But let me tell you, when habaneros come out of your anus, it's a different story.
The expulsion of it is
that's the trouble.
That's the trouble. So we said good morning or good day to or hello to San Francisco. The hell does that mean?
I was thinking about the Golden Gate Bridge. I was thinking about San Francisco I was reading that somewhere that they have like the most tempered summers, like 68 is usually their high. And I was like, man, that'd be nice because we got 98 coming this Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure. Well, you slipped that in and I'm like, let's go with San Francisco. We'll say hello to them.
Yeah, I mean, we got to gather people from all over the place. So Bears, come on by. It's fine.
I don't want to be uninclusive, so hello to Iowa. Hello to Florida.
Wyoming? No one ever talks about Wyoming.
Let's say hello to Wyoming. Hello, Wyoming.
Wyoming, you guys, what do? They don't make cheese. That's Wisconsin.
A lot of oil.
There we go. Oil.
Yeah.
We need that for gas.
Well, we do.
Yeah.
But we need it for a lot of stuff. Petroleum products, all kinds of things. We got a lot on deck for this show today, guys. Looking at our prep board that we set up today, we're going to start the show off with Witcher on Netflix. And I know a lot of you kids are into this show. I love it. It's great. The new trailer popped, and it's freaking awesome.
I'm excited for it myself. Anytime where there's magic and swords, I am down to go.
A lot of hippies in this, too. A lot of long hairs.
Right, a lot of long hair. Cut your hair, get a real job. No more adventuring.
I wanted to... what's your experience with Witcher?
So I actually have the 3 games on my PC that I bought as the collection bit, and I played with him in... they had a fighting game where he got a guest star in it. I was like, well, now I got to go buy this game so I can play through it and get the story. But he also has books. Like, there's the book series, which is what the actual series is going to be after. And then there's the video game series, which they're like, we'll never touch, which is unfortunate because I've heard everyone say that all the video games have great story.
Well, I've got the trailer pulled up. Are you interested in hearing it?
Yeah, let's hit that button.
Do the folks at home want to hear it? That's the important thing. That's what I'm here for, is the folks at home listening to this. So if you do want to listen to it, raise your hand.
There's not a single...
There you go.
I mean, there's one old lady who hasn't raised her hand, but I think that's from arthritis.
We might want to check her breathing, though, just to make sure she's with us. Okay. So here's the Witcher trailer. I think you guys are going to dig it.
I remember hearing stories about witches. Is it true what they say?
Elves are the original sorcerers of the continent. When humans and monsters arrived, elves taught the humans how to turn chaos into magic. And then the humans slaughtered them.
Chaos is the most dangerous thing in this world. But without control, chaos will kill you.
So that's all life is to you? Monsters and money.
It's all it needs to be.
Something out there waits for you.
This child will be extraordinary.
Yennefer, imagine the most powerful woman in the world. Do you have what it takes?
You've got her here. She's why they came. You can't outrun destiny just because you're terrified of it. It's coming. Fight Guild of Rivia.
I can't do this without you.
No matter what you choose, you'll come out bloody.
Wow, Netflix, you nailed it.
I mean, I'm sold on it. Like, I mean, from the people who brought, Stranger Things and all these other shows that they've done, like, I'm always like, how do they have this multi-billion-dollar budget for all their shows? It's amazing. Like,
Well, they got a lot of money.
I mean, like, it's weird. Like, they're starting to put out stuff that's just as impressive as people who put it in the movie theater. But instead of going to a movie theater, you can just, lounge out on your couch and watch it on your side, which is much more comfortable than the theaters usually.
Yeah, and I've laid out in the theaters, and they get all pissy about it.
They get really upset, and then they charge you $90 for popcorn. $90.
You can get a hotel room for $99.
Right? I'll spring the extra $9 for a bed with a scratchy sofa.
Oh,
scratchy
man.
Pillow top.
Yeah, so anyway, it looks great, man. I am sold into that. I am pumped to watch that.
I can't wait to watch his white locks flowing in the breeze as he rides his horse into battle. And also, the monsters there look really good, too. There's not too over the top where they look like video game stuff. And
Right.
No, I'm excited to see how this does, and hopefully does better than some of the other video game adaptations we've seen this last couple of years, because they can be really hard to get off the ground. But I think this one looks good for a show.
You know what I'm noticing, though, with all these hit shows? There seems to be a lot of this in there where it's all done in England. It's all done in bloody England.
Well, no matter what we do, we're always trying to go back to the people who started it, even though we ran away the first time.
Right. So that's what you mean? That it's all started from England?
We may have dumped our tea in the ocean, but we certainly kept a few tea bags for ourselves.
Well, we did that for sure. We've got Lipton. Does that count?
We got Lipton in my favorite Celestial to get some Bengal spice.
Well, I just noticed that all these hit shows seem to be spawning from across the pond, and even the video game trailer that we played a few episodes back, for those of you keeping score at home, it was the little kids. Oh no, Mommy, what's going on? The one with the rats.
Yeah, exactly. The Plague Tale.
Plague Tale, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of games are focusing in England, and I think it's because we haven't found a way, as long as our country's been around, we haven't found a way to stylize America to make it seem like it's something. Whereas, and maybe it's just because we're all used to it, like that.
Maybe.
We're here. In England, maybe they do American people and like, oh, American accents are so hot. And look at that guy. He was like, I don't want to play taxes this year. That's super stupid. And they're like, oh, that really gets my giblets going. Listen to the way he talks in that Southern American drawl.
Yeah, because everybody here in America talks like that.
Oh my gosh, hot and bothered. Dropped my corset after hearing that.
Oh, my biscuits are a bit hot now.
Like, I can't imagine. I mean, allegedly, when I've seen people go overseas and like, oh, do you think American accents are hot? And they're like, yeah, American accents are hot. And I'm like, okay, well, so what you're saying is we all need to date cross-continentally so that we can all find each other more attractive if we just go to other places.
I reckon. Yeah, I mean, though, when you think about it, when you see a woman and she's all, right, I wouldn't mind touching your giblets. I mean, think of it this way. You can have this. Yeah, Doc, it hurts right here. Well, you're going to have to drop your drawers and let me take a look. You might want to turn your head and cough a bit, or, well, let's take a look at it. Maybe let's pull down your britches and turn your head and cough for me. Okay.
Drop your pantaloons and swing the English balloons left, will you?
Could you help me out with it? It dropped on the floor.
Open up the old stink pot and let her loose.
So, what I guess looking at those two options, right, it would sound better, coming from somebody with an accent, but I don't know. I guess. I'm not sure what just happened to the computer, but anyway.
A million viruses were like, I thought we paid for Norton Express.
We got it. Now we're back. Folks, we have wrangled this down. We're good. We're good. We just had some computer issues, but we're back. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Sorry you had to wait so long.
Everything's beautiful now.
It's beautiful, but there's a lot of different, though, accents from England, too.
Yeah.
There's the Aussie one.
You have to eat a bat halfway through any sentence to really make that out.
So, yeah. And then you've got the other one, like the Game of Thrones type. Oh, no. I think there's a dragon coming. It doesn't look good.
Why is it that if you speak if it's medieval times, all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's so hot the way that Cersei's with a brother. Oh, yes, the incest, the wincest one would call it. But as soon as you go, you know, I like my sister rather fondly here in America. It's just a cultural difference. Like,
Well, that's not an English accent, though. You're talking Southern.
I'm telling you, like, if you have incest over here and talk about it from like a Kentucky or a Louisiana or an Oregon or wherever, whatever state they're from.
Oregon?
You know, I got to throw out some of the states from the North, too. We can't just say that exclusively it's only a Southern thing. It
is a Southern thing.
It's like Southern Kentucky Fried Chicken and incest.
Well, it's not going to be, hey, I really like KFC, eh? Don't you know? Oh, I'm up here in Fargo, and we love our KFC. It's great chicken. Don't you know?
It's real good, and I like to pick it up with my sister, which is perfectly acceptable up here, you know.
So it has a regional thing because it is a regional thing.
It's just one of those things where like they made a whole show about like incest and things like that. And nobody bat an eye.
Why are you bringing incest into this? We're just talking about accents.
We talked about Game of Thrones, and it just bothered me that we can.
Oh, okay.
The Game of Thrones stuff can be all, you know,
that
grossly incestual, and it's like 80% of the games of the show's plot. And then you know, you hear it even uttered in any other context, and people are like, "Oh, you're gross."
Right. No, I got you on that. That makes sense, dude. But that's funny.
Accents just make everything better. Like anything is better. Oh, I just lost $3 million in a bad sales deal. Oh, dearie me.
Oh, no. I lost 3 million pounds. Well, you were awfully fat then, weren't you?
How many stones is that?
It's 14 stones and 2 buttons and a twig. There you go.
40 Liptons.
But then there's other British accents, too, or English accents that I think are pretty funny that they're kind of like Aussie ones, but they're more like a drawn kind of, right, you know, so there was right down by the bay, and sea monster jumped right out, and I saw it with my own eyes. You know, it's a little different than some of the other ones. Maybe they're regional also. I don't know.
Like how people from, you know, Brooklyn talk differently than people from like downtown Portland or whatever.
There we go with Oregon again.
Oregon. It's where I hailed from originally, and, you know, so I always think back fondly of it.
Oh, okay. All right, so that's where, okay, that makes more sense. I'm like, where in the hell is he getting England from?
Of course, now saying that with tied back to incest before, I'm like, no, Oregon is not known for it.
Jeez, dude. What are we going to call this episode? Incest is the best? Yeah, I don't know.
Don't think it'll it scan well with the viewers. I don't think so.
Well, let's see how many views we get. Oh, man, that's crazy. Hey, did you hear about Ninja?
Yeah, I couldn't believe. So Ninja's been popular on Twitch forever, and he's been like their headliner, and like all their traffic was represented. They were like, Twitch. It's like Ninja's amazing. In fact, I heard he has action figures now too, and I'm like, what? I had no
He's
idea.
got action figures?
Like, and I guess he went to, I heard of Mixer before Ninja. Like, I had actually looked at it as an alternative for myself, but I heard that the audience was so minuscule, only 3% of the live viewing audience for gaming. So I was going to switch to someplace where only 3% of the population is. Like, why would I, like, you know, with the Geek Missile podcast, we distribute to everywhere. We wouldn't just go, and only Rhode Island can listen to this.
Right.
And,
although that is a market we are trying to break into.
Of course.
Rhode Indian.
All those people, your guys' fish are important to us. Everything you do with islands and water. Yeah, Rhode Island.
All I know about Rhode Island is Quahog is there.
Right, exactly. I'm like, I know, yeah.
Or Quahog.
Quahog.
Is that what? Yeah. So reading this story was pretty amazing. So I see what $30 to $50 million over an unknown period of time is what Forbes is reporting. But I've heard upwards of $100 million.
Oh yeah, I'm very certain that the money went with him for the, like he didn't just switch to just be edgy and do his own thing. Like there had to be some money under the table. I think Microsoft's making a big move, and they know he's the biggest name in streaming right now, so they just nabbed him up.
So yeah, they grabbed him. But that is, that's nuts. And I think they're going to take, obviously they're going to take, they feel like, I bet you, they're going to take X amount of viewers from Twitch.
Yeah, they figure if he has 72 million viewers a week or whatever, that they'll grab those 72 million viewers for themselves.
Right. And make them, they'll give them 5%? But, I mean, they're increasing. Obviously, they're investing in the increase in their market share, but that's crazy, dude. That's a big move. I mean, my hat's off to the bro. You know, like, dude, someone's going to cut you a check for 30 to 50 million, then, yeah.
And you get to do it. You love playing games. I mean...
Well, he's gonna play video games regardless, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not like
might as well get whoever pays more.
Right. It's not like he has to go get his job back at UPS or something.
Just Ninja at Target next week. Darn it, Mixer didn't work out. Thanks, Microsoft.
So, no, I'm gonna keep my eye on this though and see kind of what's going on, and hopefully the guy crushes it. And I'd like to see Mixer gain some market share. Not that I have anything against Twitch. I don't. But I do like to see another company come up.
There should be competition. There needs to be healthy competitive levels.
Yeah, definitely. And create that competition. And then, who knows, maybe the cost, like if you're twitching, maybe individual players will make more.
And that opens it up for me, too, which is great.
Yeah.
Because then I can use Mixer as well. I wonder if you could, this sounds, I think there must be some way to stop it. But if your computer, let's say your internet was good enough, could I get myself to stream from both Twitch to Mixer at the same time? Like stream to both platforms at the exact same time. Dip your hand.
So that sounds to me like there's a piece of software that needs to be written that would allow you to turn on this one, and this one, and stream from all these services and suck it all up.
Well, yeah, because I mean, and people will be like, "Oh, well, you're splitting your viewership." I'm like, well, if you maybe you'll get more from people just randomly falling into your channel if you split it up.
Well, so I don't know that splitting that up is such a bad thing. You go to any car dealership, right? Whether it's Chevy, Toyota, Honda, whatever, they've all got brand new of those cars, right? But they also have a used lot where they sell everything else.
And I mean, I got my Ford from a Subaru dealer.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to go to a Chevy dealership and only buy a Chevy, if there's a vehicle that fits your budget and your needs and your whatnots, and, you're not going to go, oh, no, I would never buy that car from a Chevy dealership. It doesn't make sense. It's, So if there's a developer out there who wants to write a piece of software that combines all these things together, and you can just click a button and light them all up, and you've got that way as a player, you're becoming more valuable,
More places at once.
Right. I think that's great.
And for all that, for giving you the idea, we'll take 5%. Just a mere 5%.
That's it.
And thank you. That's you're funding the Geek Missile podcast.
Or not even a percentage. I mean, it's a per watcher, right? I mean, on Twitch, you can, what's his name from our other place where we hang out? He was twitching, and you could just sign, and that gave him $3.
There you go. And reading further into this article too, it's funny, we talked about Halo a couple weeks back, and Haloinfinite is something that I'm excited for, and it sounds like they might be pushing him towards that. Although I'd be curious to see. I know that Fortnite, I've played it and it's got the third player shooting to it. And I guess people have said you can get it into first person, but Halo's exclusively first person. And I think there's a bit of a difference between shooting guns. I know for sure shooting guns in Halo and shooting games in a game like Fortnite. So I'm curious if Ninja would be able to make that adaptation and switch over to that, and if people would still like watching him play a different game. Sometimes people are just into watching people for the game because it's the game they love.
Right. Yeah, it's the game they like. And this who happens to be really good at it, so they
exactly. Like, I don't think he could stream solitaire with the same success. Maybe he could. Maybe he'll take this as a challenge and he'll nod to the Geek Missile podcast and play solitaire and see how many people he can keep in the channel. Like 2,000 people watching Ninja play solitaire. That's impressive by itself because nobody even wants to play solitaire.
My wife does.
Really?
Yeah.
Does she know about Space Cadet Pinball? If they still have it, they used to have it on old computers. I don't know if they do anymore.
I don't know. She plays solitaire on her phone.
I'd rather play Minesweeper.
Yeah, I never got into it. I know what you mean, bro. You know what time it is?
I certainly do.
What time is it, bro?
Why don't you ring the gong?
Would you rather? Awesome. I love it. So another edition of Would You Rather, kids. People reaching out to us like it. So I think we're going to keep it
Y'all rode home and we listened.
Yeah, you did. So would you rather be an average person in the present day or a king of a large country 25 years ago?
Well, it's funny because I think I'm a rather average person in the present right now.
But you could be a king of a large country 25 years ago.
What was happening 2,500 years ago? That's the pivotal point for me.
Well, I think if you had the common cold, you died.
And I got to tell you, I am pretty common with that. I get colds a lot. I might be dead in a week.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a good week if you're the king. I mean, it's good to be the king.
Yeah, it is good to be the king. You would have lots of stuff, but it's stuff of 2,500 years ago. So you know what? Might be kind of cool, but I mean, if you had diarrhea, you would die. You had to fight off dragons all the time.
Yeah, but as a king, you don't need Tinder.
That's true.
Then again, I don't think the hygiene was great back then either. So
so that could be a little weird. And
go back there to full blown bush.
And you had to fight off dragons.
I don't know which is worse.
And if Game of Thrones has taught me anything, you can't trust anyone.
They're like, of course I brought you some pumpernickel with poison in it.
Yeah, and there goes that accent again too.
Here I can go to Denny's and they won't poison my pumpernickel. Probably not. Not on purpose. Usually on accident.
Yeah, typically.
Like they accidentally tipped in like some liquid cleaner into it or something, you know?
Right. Or yeah. So I'm going to stick with just present day.
Life is pretty good right now. I enjoy all the amenities we have. And from what I understand, even the things they say, like where they're like, oh no, global warming, and oh no, all these things. The good news is I should be dead well before those take place. Like it's an inconvenience for me right now, but I should miss the major world ending part of it that everyone's worried about.
So, being the king, you get to tell everybody what to do, but I do that anyway. They just don't listen. So, I'm going to go with just modern day because I don't want to. I just think there's too much stuff happening that long ago where I have to, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going with modern day.
I'd be dead in a week if I was a king, so I'd prefer to get a couple more weeks squeezed in the present.
Yeah. I think this one works for me. So
let's see. Would you rather be able to dodge anything, no matter how fast it's moving, or be able to ask any 3 questions and have them answered accurately? So would you rather be Neo or like a second-rate Aladdin?
Second-rate Aladdin.
Because you don't actually get a wish, but you get information, which can be really powerful.
I don't know. If I could dodge, how often do you have to dodge something?
I guess if competitive dodgeball was something that was like a really lucrative field, I would take the ability to dodge anything.
Have you not seen the movie Dodgeball?
I have, but I didn't know if that was an accurate representation. I've never seen it. I would watch Dodgeball on TV if they had it.
It's on ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's great.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right.
You can see Dwight Goodman and all those guys on there. Cotton and Pepper are the broadcasters. But other than Dodgeball and winning, regional or the championships, I think I'd probably do the questions.
Yeah, no, being able to be like, hey, what's the winning lottery ticket tomorrow? Or what's the weather? I guess you could ask Google for that.
The weather's probably not that big a deal. I don't think I really care so much. But
ask really dumb questions. What is my wife making for dinner tonight?
Yeah, you don't want to suck up those questions. But I think I would rather go with the questions than because I don't really dodge that many things in my day-to-day life. No,
it's not really a habit of me. And the question is too, if let's say you're driving a car and something's coming towards you, are you able to dodge like you'd have to get out of your car to dodge it, or does your car magically inherit the ability to dodge like you can?
Well, you would steer your car. I would think you'd be able to dodge it. You have the reflexes, so you'd manipulate your
all right.
I guess.
All right, yeah.
That's what but I'm gonna say ask questions. And I think you mentioned this. Lottery numbers.
Right? Knowledge is power.
God. Just wait for the Powerball to get up to the $1 billion again, and I would like to have you have to ask it in the
form of a question.
Yeah. What are tomorrow's Powerball or whatever it is, Mega Millions numbers? Yeah, I would do that. I'm in.
Let's suck if the turnaround time was, what? When do you think the turnaround time is? I'll tell you tomorrow. No, I need to know right now.
Oh my God. So there are so many people that are afflicted by this next question. Would you rather be forced to dance every time you heard music or be forced to sing along to any song that you heard? And I think every one of my girls as they grew up felt the need to dance and sing to any song that they heard constantly.
I feel like I would rather have to dance or sing. Because I think if I danced, I would constantly be like in trouble. Like imagine just driving a car and all of a sudden, oh no, so turn on the radio. I told you not to, and just start dancing uncontrollably in your car.
Yeah, and I think if I started dancing, it would somebody who doesn't know me may call a medical team. Hey, this guy, we need to get him checked. This doesn't look good. He's moving in ways normal people don't do, and that's not healthy. I guess sing. I mean, it doesn't say you have to sing loud, so I could maybe. Oops, I did it again. I played with your heart.
What if you suddenly became like your ability to dance or sing was amazing when you were compelled to do it? I might take the dancing then. Like every time a salsa dance came on, I just suddenly become the master salsa dancer. But
become salsa man, yeah.
But if it's me dancing. My level of dancing, I will take the singing because,
Well, it says, like, people will look at you funny, but it's the one that you choose. Own it.
I mean, luckily, nobody I'm familiar or intimate with likes to play music during intimate times, so I wouldn't have to worry about, like, gotta push it. Salt and pepper.
But what if she wants some mood music and you chose dancing? Now all of a sudden you're dancing around when she's like, "Yo, bro, that's not the intention of this."
Come on, everybody, let us do the conga.
So that would be hard. I mean, there'd be a lot of situations where that comes on. Like you're on the phone with somebody, you hear a song playing. Uh-oh.
He would have closed that business deal, but then he just started singing, Shake Sonora. And
so I don't think I would choose the dancing just because
it seems dangerous. I'd rather compulsively sing than dance.
That's funny, dude. That's a weird one. I don't know, dude.
Well, let's see. Would you rather have all your clothes fit perfectly or have the most comfortable pillow, blankets, and sheets in existence?
My clothes. I mean, think of it this way, right? What if you had the second best pillows, sheets, in bed, right? You still sleep really well and feel good. But all day long when you're awake, you're going to feel good wearing your clothes. They fit perfectly. I'm going with clothes.
Honestly, I think this one's pretty straightforward because, like, would you rather be in the clothes you fit perfectly? Would you rather be comfortable 95% of your time when you're wearing clothing or be happy for the, sleeping? And I mean, for that, I've slept on a kitchen floor under a table before. I really got nothing. I could sleep pretty much anywhere.
I've slept on the bathroom floor, but that was just because I couldn't get back up.
Those cold tiles feel real good when you're drinking.
Oh, my God. Would you rather 5% of the population have telepathy or 5% of the population have telekinesis? You are not part of the 5% that has telepathy or telekinesis. So you don't get to participate.
Oh, God.
You get to just say which 5% or, what they would have. Wow, that's weird.
Honestly, so it's going to telekinesis and only for the fact that, like, I don't want to try to guess who has telepathy and who can read my mind. And that is dangerous information to have people just scooping my mind whenever they feel like it. Because I always think, I'm like, man, I'm glad I didn't say that out loud.
Yeah, no, there's a few of those. Yes. Oh my God.
We still have guns. If telepathy happens, we still have guns. We're not
for now,
right? They could be gone any day, but like, oh God, I can't even. Or what if your boss, like, what better HR directors than to hire somebody who has telepathy? You're like, so why do you want to work for this company? For money, idiot. Okay, well, that was nice talking to you. Have a great day. No.
oh, you're in that 5%. My bad. Or, so what drawbacks do you have, or what are some things that you would work on, that kind of, those questions.
Oh, yeah, those trick questions.
It'd be like, well, getting this job and then jumping into your pants would be one of them.
Right, that was my thing.
Tough one. Right, I know.
All the perverted thoughts I have, like, that lady has a nice booty. And then she's like, what? And I'm like, what? It's a compliment. Don't get angry. I'm thinking nice things about you.
What's that movie with, what's his name? What Women Want or something.
Oh, yeah, where you could read their thoughts.
Yeah, you could read their thoughts. Gosh, man, that would be...
And we don't get to enjoy it. Like, just
and
to
we
be
don't
clear.
get to. We're a victim of it.
We have to like live with the fact that people can do this. Like for me, I think it's a more dangerous world. Not to mention, like some ne'er-do-well who's like a person who would use your say Social Security or things like that. Like someone could just be scooping people for private information and
or telepathy.
Yeah,
telepathy would be they put thoughts into your head.
I think they could do that too. Yeah, don't need my memories altered.
What's the telekinesis?
That's the lift stuff, throw stuff with your mind, like. And they weren't really specific about how strong it was, so
They just said they had it.
Like if somebody's out here flipping semis with their brain, that's also going to be unhelpful too. But I figure if it's only 5% of the population, maybe we can find a way to keep it under wraps.
That's a hard one, and I don't get to play.
No, that's the worst part of it. There's no way you don't get to join in the fun.
What a dumb question.
Because I would take telekinesis if I had to choose between the two.
And folks, for those of you listening to this podcast, you can play along with us. You can play the home game. Just tweet it out to us. Tweet your answer because we're going to put this on the Twitter. And, we'd like to know what you guys think about this. This is kind of funny. Some of these are great. Choose them all. Choose one. Whatever. But we'd like to have you play along.
Join in. Be like us. Be a couple of Twitters. A couple of Twitters.
Twitsters.
Let's see. Would you rather be an unimportant character in the last movie you saw or an unimportant character in the last book you read?
So either way, I'm unimportant.
Like... You're like the watermelon guy in a movie, like you're selling watermelon at a street fair.
Right.
Like what was the last movie I saw? The last movie I actually watched before I was rudely interrupted was Us. I don't know if you've seen that.
I watched Endgames last night.
Okay, so in your circumstance, like I mean, unimportant person. What if are you part of the snap? Are you not part of the snap? Are you gonna like?
I would, but I'm unimportant. I'm one of the guys in the background running with a spear or something going, yeah.
Or one of the people running when the cars are flipping and you're just like, oh God. And just like, or the guy working in the office, working in those offices and they just get smashed and you're just like, oh crap. Imagine the janitor in those situations. Do you think they give him a break? Like they're like, hey, have this cleaned by 6.
And then it gets blown up.
Yeah, surely they're like, okay, well, I wasn't expecting Iron Man to come blasting to the side of a building.
Right. So I think in that case, you would just continue vacuuming with your, as long as you got your earphones on, you got your Zune playing, just do whatever. And then just, clock out when it's time. Hey.
Right, 6 o'clock. You don't pay me till 7. Bye.
Yeah, I'm clocked out. So, I'll vacuum around all the rubble. But
I don't know what you want me to do about this open window exposed to the air.
I don't like this. So I'm unimportant in either one. So unimportant in a movie.
I would be unimportant in a movie because the last book I read, everyone unimportant or important is dead in the book. So I'd rather be,
But see, they're not taking into consideration the books that I read, right? How-to books.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
How to be a bazillionaire, how to make money, how to make, whatever.
The guy who's not a bazillionaire in the book.
Right. That's who they wrote the book for me. I'm already unimportant in that book because they say everybody else does this. You should be doing this. So I'm already in the book as an unimportant character.
If they mention you, are you still an unimportant character in a how-to book? Because I feel like even if they said like I was buying tomatoes from Safeway and the guy was really rude.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would just be in the movie. I would rather do the movie. I think that would be fine.
We'd be fine.
Yeah. Would you rather move to a new city or a town every week and never be able to leave that city or town you were born in? Would you rather move to a new city or town every week or never be able to leave the city or town you were born in?
So for me, I was born in I think this depends on where you were born.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah.
Because I was born in Clackamas, Oregon, which is a suburb of Beaverton. That's not a bad place to live. I could probably have lived out my life in that neighborhood and been
Sure.
okay.
Yeah.
I guess with the internet and the way things are now, you could probably move around every city. But you could never maintain a relationship. Like, I wouldn't be able to. I think that's my problem. It's unless you made it big and had a bunch of people to chase you around, you'd constantly be by yourself. I think I could live in one town. But if I was born in Sedalia, Missouri, where I lived for 5 years, I think that'd be an issue. I couldn't live in such a rural town for so long.
Well, it says never be able to leave the city or town you were born in. So I was born in Southern California. I'm wondering if, do they mean I could never leave and go visit somewhere else?
Yeah, I think you're just stuck. I think you're just like a large tether. You just kind of walk out and you go, whoop, and you can't leave.
So I can't leave there, but I can't go on vacation elsewhere?
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you're just stuck.
Well, then I'd rather move to a new city every week.
Like for me, I can deal with the same old. I have trouble meeting people. I got to stick to the place where I meet people and then not go anywhere. And hope they don't move. I got to peer pressure people into not leaving me.
Yes, there you go. Please be my friend forever.
Don't move I'm only going to Salem, Oregon. Yeah, but I'm in Clackamas. I can't go there. I can't go to Salem, Oregon. It's only a 20-minute drive, but I can't go. So stay here.
See, I was born a rambling man.
Born a rambling man.
Lord, I was born a rambling man. Yeah, that's me. But I've left Spokane, but I always come back to it, But I got to live in Montana. I got to live in Denver. I got to live in Seattle, and I traveled for work and got to see all these other places. So I always come back here. It's a good place.
I think my thing is for me, I'm kind of a hermit, so I'm kind of okay being in one place, because even when I go to other places, I'm always like, man, I wish I would have stayed home. Like, it's...
What do you mean?
Like, even trips I go places, a lot of the time I go, man, I could have stayed home. Like, I love me and my girlfriend had a good weekend. We went to Silverwood. We did the water park, things like that, and had a great time with her and her son, and we had built memories. But I was also like, man, I really hate leaving the house or leaving the area. Like, I don't like being there. There's 150,000 people at that park.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that was too many people. That's a lot of...
You know what, though? I don't know that we're hearing that question correctly. I mean, never be able to leave the city or town you were born in. I think it means you couldn't move.
You couldn't move. If it was just a matter of not being able to move, then, I mean...
Right. I think you should be able to go on vacation and go somewhere.
Maybe that's the trick of why the question's so hard, is that you can't. You got to stay in the same place and just enjoy where you're at.
Well... But
some people are lucky and born in, like, New York. What a great question for them. There's people who are born in, like, a huge city. Whereas if you're born in, like, the city of, white bread, where you got, like, one store,
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to leave. I'm out of here.
I don't know. I mean, I think I'm more of a rambling man, though. I mean, I like traveling. Yeah.
Let's see. Would you rather be completely insane and know that you are insane, or completely insane and believe you are sane? So basically, would you, prefer to be aware of the insanity that you're currently living in, or not aware of it?
That's, know that you're insane, or completely insane and believe that you're sane. No, because then you're going to go around trying to convince everybody that you're sane. I
guess my thing was that if you were, I mean, for a movie premise, being completely insane and believing you're sane is like, that's the thing of it. But if you know you're insane, I mean, if you know you're insane, then are you really as insane as you think you are? If you know you're insane, like, you're like, I just murder people. I know that's insane, but what do you do?
But I'm insane.
It's like, but I'm insane. I know it,
Yeah, I'm going to go with the know you're insane because you are insane. I'm going with that one. I would hate to be completely insane and think that I'm normal and try to convince everybody I'm not crazy. No, you are. You're crazy.
I mean, yeah. No, that sounds like torture. That's a whoever wrote this question did not think of the ramifications of how torturous a life it is when you think you're not insane and everybody tells you are.
Well, I think they did. I think they do know that, and that's why they posed the question. Like, haha, I know. I've thought about it. How about you?
Because for me, I'm like, I clearly want to be insane and know I'm insane. Because at least, even if you're insane and you know it, at least nobody can, you don't have to convince anybody. You're just like, yeah, I know it.
Yeah, I'd rather be insane and know it. Yeah. Is this one mine?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather travel the world for a year on a shoestring budget, or stay in only one country for a year but you live in luxury? Oh, luxury. Done.
Yeah, no, I mean, in a shoestring budget, by definition, that's like, like you go somewhere, but you only get to enjoy like rice. Like you're like, here's some free rice.
Yeah.
But you get to go place. You got to walk everywhere. I don't want to be homeless in 50 countries. Like that's not my.
Yeah, but you're on a shoestring budget, so you've got some money, but you're always having to worry about, I wish we could, but we don't have any money for that.
Yeah, if we want to see Romania, we can't get a souvenir in Ireland.
Right. There you go. So I think luxury, just stay in one country. It doesn't specify. But
I want to enjoy my time where I'm at. I want to enjoy the time I have. And living in luxury for a year, a year feels great. Like a year is a good amount of time.
The United States has a lot to offer if you've got a ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm good with the luxury. Oh, simple. Your turn. This is our last one, too, by the way.
Well, in that case, would you rather suddenly be elected as senator or suddenly become a CEO of a major company? You won't have any more knowledge about how to do either job than you do right now.
Well, senators don't seem to know much.
They seem to get by all right.
Yeah, that OAC lady's just killing it, isn't she?
I gotta know about the money. That's my situation. Is where's the money? Like a CEO, you're getting money. You're a
major company. You make more money as a CEO than you would of a.
And then you can make crappy business decisions. You can be like, "Hey, I'm gonna give myself a bonus," and I'm, Then again, being elected a senator, you got to sit through those boring meetings.
Yeah.
And the worst part about being a senator, when you're a CEO, you get to basically make I guess it depends on if you have a board or not, but it sounds like CEOs basically going to make the final decision and things. Whereas
you vote on it.
Yeah.
You don't get to just say that's the way it is. I would say CEO.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to get to make the decisions, let's do it with the one that lines my pocket the most. Because the CEO or the senator, what if you got to go there and they're like, all right, we're voting on whether or not you want to make it so, babies can smoke cigarettes. And you're like, no, obviously I don't want babies to smoke cigarettes. But everybody else is like, no, that's a great idea. Sell cigarettes to babies. And you got to sit there. And then everybody thinks you said yes, even though you did not say yes.
Right. I'd rather be a CEO.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Taking the money.
And you get to wear a tie and you can... people get your coffee. I'm going to go with CEO.
And even when people get mad at CEOs, they're like, oh, the CEO of this business is such a jerk. That's the end of it. Whereas a senator, you're going to have people marching outside your building. You never hear anybody marching on these other businesses.
Yeah. Yeah, CEO sounds like the way to go.
Boom.
Yeah. And if you probably get free whatever product you're CEO of that company. I mean, maybe CEO of a bleach company. Great. You get free bleach. I don't know.
White shirts forever.
There you go. That concludes the Would You Rather, folks. Perfect. That was great, man. Hey, this has been a great show, folks, and we hope you enjoy it too. The Geek Missile podcast wouldn't be where it's at today if it wasn't for you. We do thank you for listening, and we definitely appreciate every time you guys download or stream our video. Please, if you do happen to see our video, our podcast, or whatever we've got out there, it means a lot to us if you could just give it a good thumbs up or a like or even comment or anything like that.
Share it with a friend.
Share it with a friend. We would love to have you share it. Share it with an enemy. Maybe you didn't like the show and you thought, hey, that guy's a jerk. I'm going to send this to him.
Tell him it's the best show ever, even if he didn't like it. And then he'll be like, oh, I got to listen to it.
Yeah.
Even though it's for my worst enemy. And then he'll be like, and if he likes it, then, well, there you go. But if he didn't like it, then boom. You got revenge.
Yeah, you got revenge. And so either way, it works out. You get a little something out of it. We do too. So, folks, we do appreciate it. And we thank you for enjoying our show or listening to our show, hoping you enjoyed it. That's what I meant to say. But cool. Until next time, kids, have a great day. We will talk to you later.
This has been a Geek Missile production, and it was almost professional. We thank you for listening.